Hi guys, good morning. 19th of July 2024. I'm on the road opposite Bukit Timah shopping center and I'm heading towards Bukit Timah Hill. So it's been ages since I've come here. I've heard there have been a lot of changes to the trails. Let's see what surprises await. Alright, this is where the trail begins. I see some dark clouds gathering. Let's hope it doesn't rain. So this is the main path that leads to the summit. It's the widest and kindest path in this whole area, but inside you can find small little trails. It can be quite a challenge for those who are not familiar. Of course, for the adventurers who come here regularly to do their training, this is not a problem at all. For others who are not so fit, it can be a challenge. So if you can't do this, no problem. Just follow me with your eyes. Okay, so from here we break off from the main trail and enter the heart of Bukit Timah Hill. This is the summit trail. And over here, this is called South View Path. Let's check it out. Okay, not much changes. It has been like this for the longest time. I've heard that some of the paths have been planked up, so this area is still pretty wild. We've got all these reinforcement at the edges of the stairs. So it goes all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so this is the bottom. There's a little stream running under this bridge, and from here it goes up a little bit, and after that flat. Okay, finally we've reached the flat part. So it goes round and round a bit. After that it goes up again. From here, turn right to go up to the North View shelter. It's going to be quite a long way up. We'll take a rest at the top. Okay, it's flattening out. We are reaching the shelter soon. I'm sorry, it's not the North View hut. It's a South View hut. Anyway, that was a bit strenuous, but let's take a break. Alright, I bought this pair of boots just a couple of days ago at Decathlon, and the moment I slipped them on, I told myself I have to buy them. You see, the boots are made in a factory, but our feet are not factory made, so it's actually not easy to find a pair of boots that will fit nicely. Unless you live somewhere like Redoubt Road, you probably can't afford customized boots. For boots, the fit is actually very difficult to come by if you're buying something that is ready-made. So the toe space, while it's important, some people may end up buying a pair of boots with too much toe space. This gives you very little strength in the toes when you're going up a steep and rocky face. So having enough strength in the toe area, the toe cap area, is actually very important when you are hiking on uneven rocky ground. So you got to choose a pair of boots which are not too loose. But then if you choose something with very little toe space, and when you go downhill you're going to jam your toes right into the toe cap, and you end up with broken toenails. And kind of socks you wear are also very important. If they're too loose, or they become loose when they are wet, then you start slipping, and when the socks bunch up near the toe cap area, which is very large, you'll also end up with very badly bruised toes. So it's actually not easy to choose or find a pair of boots that will fit you very nicely and won't give you all these issues. So the moment I slipped this pair of boots on, I knew that I'm not gonna get these issues easily. But I'm not going to recommend this to everybody, because obviously it may not fit you. So it just happened to fit me, and once you find a pair like that in a shop, grab it instantly. Never buy them online. Now everybody wants a good cushioning effect, so they tend to get insoles and they tuck them into their boots. Now this can be a problem because many brands, many types of insoles are actually quite smooth and slippy when your feet are sweaty. So again, your toes may keep getting jammed into the toe cap when you wear these insoles. So I normally wouldn't advise those very soft and smooth insoles. So I've carried quite a bit of water on this track. This is my main supply, and I've got a little supplement backup as well. So I brought my mug. You can guess my bag is quite heavy. Cheers. All right, time to move on. From here it goes downhill all the way, then after that flat. We'll come across the caves. A couple of caves here in Bukit Timah Hill. It's nice and sunny over here. I was a bit worried. I saw dark clouds gathering when I was at the starting point, but looks like it may not rain. Great. Okay, this place is still pretty much the same. So the whole purpose of wearing this new pair of boots on this track is to break into them, but they are already feeling very comfortable now. Not much breaking into required. So apart from the luxury of customizing your boots, if you have deep pockets, there's another luxury as carrying more than one pair of boots on a trek. So on multi-day treks in varying terrain, oh yeah, forgot the cave. Yeah, so that's the cave here. So on multi-day treks, on long treks, especially alpine treks, I would like to bring more than one pair of footwear. For the lower altitudes, I might wear a pair of sneakers. That should suffice. But on the higher altitudes, when there's snow, ice and all that, I have no choice but to put on hiking boots. That's another cave. I should show you. Okay, so the two pair of footwear should fit quite differently. If you bring hiking boots which fit just nice at the lower altitudes, once you get to sub-zero temperatures, the boots are going to shrink a bit, become stiff, especially when they become wet and they get frozen. They become very stiff, and so actually you need a bigger pair of climbing boots at high altitudes. So if you wear these boots at the lower altitudes, they'll be too big. So you need actually two pairs of shoes or boots, footwear. For the lower altitudes, you can wear sneakers, and then for higher altitudes, you change into this larger pair of hiking or climbing boots. That is, of course, you have the luxury of space and also porters to carry for you. Otherwise, it's going to be tough having two sets of footwear. Still, it's a good idea. Always try to do that. And here is that stream. I've seen hikers from some South Asian countries soaking their feet inside that pool. Not cool. Don't do that. The water here is actually drinkable. It's nice spring water coming down from Bukit Timah. In case you're wondering, yes, I've drunk that before. Not after I've seen those people soaking their feet, of course. Okay, from here it goes up a bit, then we'll come to a junction where you have to make a choice which way to go. Alright, so we are near the path to MacRitchie now. This is called the Catchment Hut. We are near the Catchment Path, and from here it leads all the way to the path going down to the Catchment Path, which will be on our right, and then on the left would be the path joining the main trail to the summit. So over here you can see, I forgot to show you. Alright, this is the path going down to the catchment path. So there used to be another trail on the left. I'm not sure whether that is open. The last time I came it was closed. Let me check it out and see. Okay, it's not blocked. This part is not blocked. And further down, is there an approved trail going this way? Doesn't seem like it. So this path leads all the way down to the pipeline, and it seems that the path going this way is not established, which means that it's not approved. So since this is going on YouTube, I'm not going to do anything illegal. Oh dear, where am I going to go from here? Let's go up a bit and see. So we can't enter from here as well. So I guess we have to go back to the main trail. You see monkeys. Monkeys. Alright, so this path goes to the summit road, the main trail going to the summit. We've got monkeys, some creatures monkeying around here. There's a mother with her baby. Let's not get too close. Creatures of the forest. Okay, let's go up to the main summit trail. It's actually a road, just no cars on it. Yeah, we're reaching soon. Less than 50 meters. So if we turn right from here, we'll be on the trail to the summit. And two ways to go up. You can follow this trail all the way to the summit, or when I reach a certain point, you can see a very steep flight of stairs that lead to the summit.
Yeah, but at Beijing now she's not wearing mask.
So this is the easy way to get to the summit. Gently sloping trail.
I don't know whether, you know, I told her when I dropped her that time, I said, you take
Okay, so the hut is in sight and we should be pretty near that steep flight of stairs. There's a hut here. Alright, some rehydration. I've never figured out the name of this hut. I forgot to mention there's this trail just off so it's called Hsipaw leads to a viewpoint where you can see the quarry. I'll take a rest here to get rehydrated. The former quarry. Now there's a lake. Let's check that out first. Okay, so we are reaching the viewpoint. Let's check out if there's a view.
Yeah, 1-to-1. I mean, should not tell with Fiona and quite a lot. But if the three of us, she will go for
Okay, I don't know whether you can see the lake from here. That's the lake. The quarry lake. Right across the lake you can see a little barricade there, railings. Okay, so that's another viewpoint from lower down. You can get there quite easily from the entrance to the park. Alright, so this is the other path from Simpang Hut, and it leads to that steep flight of steps that you can see right in front. So they're very considerately built big steps for the gung-ho guys and baby steps for those who are not so gung-ho. Oops, monkey. Alright, let's go. Of course, Hunkle will take the biggest steps, right? Naturally. Now don't underestimate this flight of steps. It can kill a lot of people. By kill, I don't necessarily mean robbing you of your life, but you know, getting you all exhausted. Okay, there's an uncle in front, or is it an auntie? Going up with a trekking pole, using the baby steps. For me, I don't normally use a trekking pole when I'm going up. I don't find it that useful. I only use it when I'm going down. Helps to balance and support, because when I go down, I land on my toes to pass the impact to my calf muscles instead of letting the impact get to my knees. So that helps to protect my knees. But then if you land on your toes, you're not going to be very stable. So it's a good idea to have trekking poles as a support. uncle is doing very well. Okay, I can see the steps flattening out. We are near the top. That's the protected place sign. There's another monkey. There weren't so many monkeys the last time I came. The fertility rate puts us to shame. Whew. It's a good workout. The summit hut is right in front. The big open area with a rock indicating the altitude of Bukit Timah. So many people pose for photos at the rock, sometimes on the rock. Let me show you what it looks like for those who are not familiar. And there is the summit hut. Okay, I'll stop here a while to recharge batteries. Not that I'm so tired, but my phone needs to be recharged. Now, that's why I don't like to bring that's why I prefer to bring cameras when I do my shoots. When the battery runs out, you just have to change batteries. For the camera, you have to recharge it. So those of you who advise me to bring power bank and all that, I mean, I'm not that stupid. I've already thought of that. If you bring a power bank, you have to plug in the power bank, you have to hold your selfie stick. No, I'm not that stupid. I've thought of that already. Okay, so rest here for a while before we carry on. There's part 2, which is even more strenuous. Alright, so from the summit, we are going down this way, and we'll come across on our right this path called the Rengas Path. From there, we'll descend and then begin our most challenging part of this whole trek. Follow me.
Rồi. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the Rengas Path, and it's going down to the dairy farm loop. It's gonna be fun. Let's check it out. First, the long descent. Don't feel so happy about going down, because going down means you're going to come up again later. So when I go down, I always try to land on my toes. So landing on your toes will transmit the force of the impact to your calf muscles instead of your knees. The calf muscles take only about 3 days to recover, but your knees will take forever to recover. So sacrifice a bit of the calf muscles to spare your knees. Toes first when you go down. So you have difficulty balancing yourself on your toes, just use trekking poles. That will help tremendously, especially for elderly folks like me. Okay, so now we've come to a fork on the left. This is the shortcut to the dairy farm loop, and from this way you can also get to the dairy farm loop, but it's the long way. Alright, so we'll go the long way. Most people are quite afraid of going down because it hurts the knees. So like I said, toes first, that will help to spare the knees. And when I train on the HDB blocks going up, I will take the lift down at first, and only on the final training day I will go train the going down part. So the calf muscles take about 3 days to recover, so given about 3 days I should be ready to go on my trip. So about 3 or 4 days before the trip itself, I will train the down climbing. Before that, it's all just going up and then taking the escalator down. I mean the elevator, the lift down. Okay, so we have reached the bottom of Ringas Path and we go flattish. I like this dual view mode for my camera phone because I can film both angles, both views at the same time. Alright, you can look at me when I'm talking, and you can also see the trail in front, and I can focus on, watching my way without endangering myself. So it's a very good shooting mode to have. The only trouble with shooting this way is that it gets tiring holding out the selfie stick and the camera this way. Trouble is I don't have a cameraman. I would love to shoot videos like Slacker Tracker. Have you seen her videos on YouTube? All these Indonesian volcanoes that she and her team climb. But unfortunately I don't have a crew with me, a filming crew. And of course I don't have youthfulness. So nobody wants to watch a Hunkle do his hikes. Really envy those YouTubers. They've got what it takes. But having said that, being young and good looking is not good enough. Shooting videos like this is not easy. When you are tired, you just don't know what to say. Luckily for Slacker Tracker, she's got this crew to take care of everything, all the logistics and so on, and then she can focus on putting on her makeup and thinking about what to say in front of the camera. And she's got a cameraman to make sure that she's shot at the correct angles, flattering angles. Unfortunately, I don't have those things. Okay, I think I'll conserve batteries and stop this part for a while. Wow, we've got a four-legged friend here. Four-legged friend. Our four-legged friend. Wow. Godzilla. A miniature Godzilla. Beautiful creature. Okay, buddy, I'll leave you alone. Talking about conserving power. You just don't know what will come up suddenly. You know, I just turn off my phone and then suddenly that monitor lizard appears. Okay, this is a very steep, almost vertical flight of steps. Used to be all soil and mud. Very difficult to climb. And now they have constructed this flight of steps, which makes it much easier. At the top you'll find a couple of water tanks, water storage tanks. Okay, so the last part is very steep. Let's do it. It's almost vertical. And there are the water storage tanks I told you about. Okay, let's carry on. As you can see, the crowds are mostly on the main trail outside. So once you are inside here, you can more or less escape from the crowds. Remember some years ago when I was at Shan in Fujian province, the main trails, you see hordes of tourists. The crowds are really frightening. But once you are inside, walking in the smaller trails or the steep slopes and steps, you hardly see anybody.
Serious? The armored field tracks.
Okay, this used to be another very steep and slippery slope. Now they've constructed steps that makes it much easier, especially for elderly people like me. Okay, there should be a hut or a shelter nearby. I think I need to tie up my shoelaces. Yes, there is. Wow. My memory is good. And here's the shelter. And it's called Dairy Farm Hut. Okay, let me tie up my shoelaces. Alright, so from Dairy Farm Hut, we shall continue our trek all the way to the summit, back to the summit. Okay, I don't remember this path, so let's explore a bit. This is pretty new to me. Let's see where it leads us. Now this is beginning to look familiar. We've got a flight of killer steps coming up. Killer steps. So you take a few deep breaths when you reach the bottom and get ready for the climb. The trick, which ought to be known to everybody, is to go slow. Slow and steady. Pelan-pelan. Okay. Killer steps. It's a long way to the top. I think there's a little landing where you can rest when you are near the top. Okay? Pelan-pelan. Bistari-bistari. Let's go. Now, over time, you'll begin to figure out what is the best pace to go at which you don't feel too tired and yet you're not going too slowly. So you got to find that sweet spot, that pace that balances speed and energy conservation. So if you sprint all the way up, you're gonna exhaust all your juices before you reach the top. And you stop to rest too often, you also lose your momentum. So you've got to slowly find that spot that is optimal, that pace that is optimal for you. Again, no one size fits all like hiking boots. You've got to figure it out yourself. For Hunkle, this is the pace that I would go when there's a long climb ahead. As you can see, I'm not panting too hard, nowhere near exhaustion, and I'm just slowly getting to my destination. There's a hut at the end. From there is a shortcut. Shortcut. Some people laugh at my shortcuts. You know who you are. Okay. They say that my shortcuts don't cut it. Anyway, it is a shorter path to the summit. You turn left and you turn right. There is another path to the summit. It's called the Jungle Fall path, and I think the steps are about the same as over here. So you are getting 2 times this hellish climb. Guess which one Hunkle is going to go for? Yep, you guessed it. Jungle Fall. Okay. We are not quite at the top yet. So I'm here going slowly, conserving my energy and not stopping. So you can see someone there? Okay. Using the railings to help him. I think he's found his pace. It's the right pace for him. I think we are reaching the landing soon. It's like a rest point for those who are exhausted. As you can see, there are no baby steps here. Oh, what's that? Salamander. There's Uncle taking a rest. That's the landing where you can take a rest if you want to, but it's quite near the top, so no point of resting. Might as well just go on. Again, very steep here, no baby steps. Slowly find your own pace and climb up. It's not impossible. Just do it. Well, my arm is more tired than my feet and my legs. Okay, we're almost at the top. I would say about 20 vertical meters more. Almost to the top. So in the past, all this was mud and soil, so that actually made it more difficult to climb. Nowadays we got this metal steps, metal ladder. It makes it a lot easier. Very considerate to elderly folks like me. Those who don't know me, I'm 60 years old. Okay, we are at the top. As promised, there is a shelter where we can take a rest, rehydrate, and carry on. That's the shelter. Okay, let's take a rest. Oh no! Oh no! This path is closed. I was looking forward to it. So no more jungle fall. Okay, so we've only got one flight of hellish steps. The other flight seems to be closed off. Alright, this used to be my favorite part, but since it's closed now, I'm not able to do it. Not going to do anything illegal, because I'm on YouTube. And there's only one path open, and that's the path going back to the Rengas path. Let's go. I have to say that Bukit Timah hill has become a lot less satisfying than before. So for training, I'll probably not be coming here that often anymore. Still, it's a good workout. It doesn't matter if you're just training to improve your fitness, that's okay. But for the more extreme adventures, you may have to go a few rounds to make it more satisfying. So a lot of the paths have become CC-fied. I'm not saying that CCs can do this. The CCs may still not be able to do this, but it has become a lot more newbie friendly, let's say. For the hardened folks like me, it's a bit less satisfying. So throughout this trek, my phone needed recharging a lot more than me. So yeah, you can imagine that it's not really a challenging workout. Alright, this part is mostly flat until we come to Ringas Path. Then it's steep up all the way to the summit trail. Turn left for the summit and go right to the car park. Alright, looks like I'm wrong. There is actually a jungle fall path. We're here and there's a jungle fall path here, and that path would be the one here. Right, let's check it out. So could this be the new path leading to the jungle fall flight of steps, the killer steps? Let's find out. So it ought to be quite a long way down, and from there a long way up. If the jungle fall path is still open, then I think yeah, it's still a worthwhile place. It's still a challenge to train up for a trip. Just go through a couple of times, and that should train you for a mini expedition. Okay, I don't have much power left, but I need to record this as this path is quite new to me. Metal Beach. Yes, this looks familiar. I've collected water here before. That's a beautiful stream here where you can collect water. The water is clean and drinkable. No, I haven't seen anybody soak his feet in that water before. Okay, so this is an old bridge, and after crossing it, we should be quite close to that killer flight of steps. And here we are. Killer steps. I love this. Oops. Beware of rock fall. Okay, killer steps. Again, find your own pace. Slowly but surely. see from my face that I'm not struggling. So find your own comfortable pace. There we got a very fit gentleman overtaking. He's not carrying any load. Now it's very important to keep your pace. So don't try to chase anyone. Don't try to overtake anyone. Just keep your own comfortable pace. Slowly but surely. Safely as well. There are many gung-ho trekkers who overexert themselves on the track. So going fast, carrying heavy, all these things will aggravate symptoms of AMS, acute mountain sickness. So if you go slowly, do not overexert yourself. Ignore the people who are, taking the lead. You should be fine. Of course, it's important to have adequate rest, hydration, food, and sleep. Yeah, all these things are important. Ascend slowly. Take your time. Okay, so we see another very fit gentleman overtaking. Again, take this from Hunkle. Do not chase. Just follow your own pace. Go at your own pace. Be safe. Okay? You see, Hunkle is hardly panting, enjoying himself. No need to chase anybody. It's not a race. Okay, we can see the steps flattening out near the top, and we see a ray of hope. Sun rays coming down. Beautiful. A nice greeting at the end of the killer steps. There's another shelter here where you can rest, but we are very near the end of this trail. No point resting. The rest of it is flattish, no steep incline, so should be a piece of cake all the way to the end. Now, if this trek were to be extended for another 10 kilometers or so, I'm quite sure that I can overtake those guys who just overtook me. You believe it? You better believe, Hunkle. So it's like the race between the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise does win the race. Don't go fast and exhaust yourself. Go at a comfortable pace that is suitable for you. You may end up being ahead of those who overtook you at first. Hunkle wisdom. Okay, so the next time I come, I know where to go. First flight of killer steps After that, no need to turn right into that forbidden path. From there, can actually continue on the north view path and then get on to the jungle fall path before ending up here. That's the main trail, almost a road to the summit. So as you can see, this way is going up, this way is going down. So which way do you go? Down, of course. Actually, if you go up, it's a shortcut. Alright, don't laugh, those of you who mock at my shortcuts. It's actually a shortcut, okay? Really a shortcut, but it's not easier. Okay, you go up to the summit, and then from the summit you go down. The steep flight of steps, remember? Yeah, you can actually shortcut this trail by coming down ahead, you know, on this trail, downhill. Right, if you follow that very steep flight of steps at the summit. So it's really a shortcut. Okay, on weekends this trail will be so full of people. It'll make you think that it's part of China. So I don't like to come on weekends on public holidays. It's a Friday today and I'm ending my trek. I could go for another round, but I have some things to do in the afternoon. So I'll be ending this trek when I reach the park office, the HQ at the bottom. Alright, I'm back at the entrance, and this shall be my exit as well from the trek. I must say it's not so disappointing as I had thought. Near the end of the trek I discovered Jungle Fall Trail. Not bad at all. So I will come back in future for some training, and it should give quite a good workout. I could go another round, but got something to do in the afternoon, so I'll end my trek here. Remember to like, share and subscribe. I have a trip coming up going to Indonesia for a climb. Do stay tuned for updates. Goodbye and happy trails.